2019, World Youth Champion in 2018. So credentials galore there for him. 20 years old. MOTOA with a stoppage, a third-round stoppage against Vytautas Balsis of Lithuania, which was impressive. And then a stoppage of Ansa Koka of Sierra Leone. So that would suggest there's some power there. It looked to me like there was. I saw the fight against Balsis. It was over in Ring A, his fight against Koka. He's happy in the pocket. Slip shots well, and he can crack. Colombian national champion at 75 kilos. As I said, he was up at 81 prior to that. And he looks in really good shape, so that 6 kilos needed to come off because that's nearly a stone. That's 13.2 pounds, 6 kilos. That's a lot. And look at him there. He looks in good nick, so he was carrying extra weight, spare weight, unnecessary weight at 81. Not anymore. And he's 25 years old. So height advantage there for BIZHAMOV. Looking forward to this. Alexander Kamadov of Uzbekistan. The referee, BIZHAMOV's beaten Khan of Chinese Taipei 4-1. And Karabadze of Georgia 5-0. He's from Dagestan. Here we go. BIZHAMOV in the red, MOTOA in the blue. BIZHAMOV with those gloves low. MOTOA will keep them high. As I said, he's always at the furthest on the borderline of range. In the pocket. Will need to slip that jab though. That's his first job. He's got to get past that jab. BIZHAMOV has got to keep pumping that jab out. If he can land with it, find a range with it early, and he has, then all the better for him. Left hand there from MOTOA. Hands down there, BIZHAMOV. He's daring MOTOA to come in. Good jab again from the Russian. He's winning the round on the jab at the moment, quite comfortably. Long right hand. He's got a long reach on him, the Russian, and he uses it well. Right to the body, right hand lead. MOTOA just hasn't been able to get close enough to get any punches off at all yet, really. Turns southpaw there, BIZHAMOV. This is good. What you might describe as old-fashioned textbook boxing from BIZHAMOV, in one sense, because he's using that jab. He's using that height and that reach in the way that any coach would tell you that you should if you get a big, tall, loose fighter come into your gym. Any trainer would be licking their lips thinking, if I can just get this kid to throw a good jab, then he's going to be really difficult to beat, and that's exactly what BIZHAMOV does. Everything is coming off the jab. He's been accurate with it right from the start. And MOTOA at the minute cannot do a thing with BIZHAMOV. Bit of blood coming from the end of the nose there of the Colombian. He's got to keep the faith here and just trust that if he keeps moving that head, if he keeps moving forward, that his opportunities will come. He's not going to win this first round. This one's gone unless he can land something solid, really solid, in the final 30 seconds. Turns out of the corner nicely there, BIZHAMOV. Short right hand. It's hard enough, this jab, as well, that it's not just a point scorer. I'd say this has taken a bit of steam out of MOTOA in this first round. He's been hit with it that often. Straight through the guard again there. So impressive first round there from the red corner. He absolutely jabbed Diego MOTOA's head off. And if MOTOA can't manage to slip that jab and get inside it, then he's got no chance here. Zimbabwe, Canada, Sweden, Argentina, Hungary, all going for BIZHAMOV. He boxed at his own pace, just completely dictated right from the start Landed the jab early, got his range with the jab really quickly. When you see someone find their range that quick, then you know that the other fighter is, well, they're in trouble, really. They're in for a hard, hard night. So into the second. No knockdown. Just a slip, his feet went from underneath him there, BIZHAMOV. MOTOA trying to spring in from the outside there. You see when he moved his head there, he moves his head when he's out of range. I said this earlier in the session, fighters quite often do that. They know they've got to move their head to get onto the inside, but they move their head when they're not within range, and then when they come in like he did there, doesn't move his head and gets caught 2-3 more times. It's really common. It's in the fighter's mind, I must move my head on the way in. So they move their head, then as they start to move in, they stop moving it. Gets into range there, MOTOA, for almost the first time, trying to let his hands go on the inside. There's that jab again. 1-2 from BIZHAMOV. Nice turn as well in the centre of the ring. Just spins off around that front foot. Moves well for a big fighter. And you can see how he's won what he's won. When you look at the resume, 2 European youth titles, a world youth title, and 2 senior Russian championships. The first one won last year when he would have been 19. You can't really do any better than that by this age. .30 seconds remaining in round 2. MOTOA has persisted here and has had a bit more success, I guess, but BIZHAMOV has still just controlled the fight. 3-punch combination, the first 2 didn't land, the third did. 1-2, finished on the uppercut, and you just saw the head of MOTOA snap back there. And the Russian strolls back to the corner and takes a seat. He's just completely controlled this fight right from the start. The pace of it, the tempo of it, and he's controlled it with a jab. 2-point margin on all 5 of the cards, and coaches all around the world watching this will be salivating at the display we're seeing from BIZHAMOV here. It's not eye-catching especially, it's not really flashy, but this is the kind of thing that you would show to young fighters and say to them, this is why I keep going on and on and on about being able to throw a good jab, because he's completely taken charge of the fight from the very, very beginning with his lead hand. Okay, he doesn't have the gloves up in that on-guard position. That might be something that the coaches wouldn't be as keen on, but you talk about dominating with that lead hand, and that's exactly what he's done. Just pops it off again there, up from the waist. And that power, that punch power that MOTOA's got, just has never had a chance to manifest itself. I don't think he's really landed on BIZHAMOV once. Gets hold of MOTOA, turns him, finds a little bit of space. MOTOA trying to work on the inside. BIZHAMOV walking in back to the ropes. There's a lovely right hand. Just turned back into the orthodox stance. Little dip, and then through the right hand straight down the middle. Almost made really solid contact with the 1-2 there, BIZHAMOV. MOTOA's stuck to his guns here. He's still coming forward. He's still trying to get something done. He's not got dispirited at any point, but this has been a real tough job because there's just been so little that's happened to encourage him. Just leaning in there, BIZHAMOV, towards the end of the fight. Maybe just a little bit of a bump on the left cheekbone there, just under the eye. Tiny bit of swelling, I think. Head clash, I'd imagine. Doesn't look like it's going to be a problem. So there goes the bell, and that's a shutout for Dzhambulat BIZHAMOV. He's made that look like easy work, and he is not easy work, Diogo MOTOA. He really isn't. But he just didn't get a look in.
Ladies and gentlemen, great meeting brings you close to about 379 with your judges ruling in favor of your winner by points, declared by unanimous decision. To the red corner, from the RBF, is Dzhambulat BIZHAMOV.
Well, MOTOA gets a couple of cards there in the final round, and he never stopped coming forward. But that was another BIZHAMOV round. That was another BIZHAMOV round, and that was a tremendous performance. Double European Youth Champion, World Youth Champion, two-time Russian Senior Champion, all by the age of 20. You can see why. Through he goes. He will box the winner of our next fight, which is between Kevin Schumann of Germany. I remember seeing him at the European Under-22s in the summer, where he lost to Nikita Voronov in the final. Two-time Cologne Boxing World Cup winner. He's in with Said Shaheen Musavi of Iran.